Streaming live every Saturday morning from Darin Bergsven Guitar Studio near Chester Creek in Duluth, Coffee and Guitar celebrates the guitar music and guitar players of the Minnesota Northwoods. There's a mighty forest of great guitar players that stretches from the headwaters of the Mississippi to the shore of Lake Superior. Each month, Coffee and Guitar welcomes a guest, a guitar giant of the Northwoods, to tell guitar stories, share guitar insights, and make guitar music. Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. Welcome to Coffee and Guitar with Darin Bergsven. This week featuring Doyle Turner of Bemidji, not Duluth. Did you see that? It said Duluth. Missed it.
I would love to be
folks.
from Duluth.
Well, this is Doyle Turner of Bemidji, folks. Thanks for being here this morning,
Thanks
Doyle.
for having me.
Very excited. Doyle's got some great songs for us this morning. It's going to be awesome. We're going to get right into it. Doyle, how do you take your coffee?
Oh, my mother raised me right as a good Norwegian. Black coffee. Yeah.
Black coffee. It's I've been surveying everyone.
Yes.
All of my guests. It seems to be the most common of our northern Minnesotan guitar players so far.
Black coffee is the most
black. Less interest in cream, it seems, and of course not everybody enjoys coffee.
Well, they're missing out.
Cheers.
Oh, thank you for having me. This is awesome.
Who's here? Good morning, Sherilyn. It is a beautiful day, isn't it? Good morning, Barb. It's good to see you. Say hello in the live chat out there if you're watching. It's always nice to know who's here with us. Shall we just get right into it?
Let's do a little music.
A little black coffee. Feeling mighty lonesome, I haven't slept a wink. Walk the floor, I check the door, and in between I drink black coffee. Since the blues caught my eye, I'm hanging out on Monday, my Sunday dreams to dry. I'm talking to the shadow, 1 o'clock to 4. Lord, how slow the moments go when all I do is pour black coffee. Love's a hand-me-down brew. I'm hanging out on Monday in this weekday room. Take it, Doyle. In between it's nicotine and not much left to fight black coffee. Since the blues caught my eye, driving me crazy, waiting on my baby to maybe come. Waiting on my baby to maybe come. Waiting on my baby to maybe come around.
Nice.
Yeah, Doyle, that's some great playing, man.
What a treat to be here listening to this live. Oh my gosh.
Oh, well, likewise. Likewise. Doyle, what's your guitar story? How did this instrument come into your life?
My dad played guitar, and he played guitar from when he was a teenager, mostly for gatherings and parties that he and his friends would do. And then when we came along as kids, he continued to play, but he didn't go out and party as much. And so we would go to sleep while he was playing his Black Red Sunburst. I wrote a song about that, where it was red in the center and went right out to the black, and it was a cheap old steel string guitar, and I wish I had it back. It was just...
Never sell an instrument.
But, I mean, we were just indoctrinated from when we were very, very young, and so I started playing at 7. And interesting story, we didn't have a kid guitar, and so we went to summer school. Yeah. And the summer school rule was if you showed up, so much attendance, and then you passed the chord test at the end of the summer, you could take home a guitar. And it was a nylon string classical guitar.
I love that.
And I failed my chord test, but my sister passed. So we got a guitar.
Score!
And I've just been playing ever since.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, sister.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Mandy.
Yeah. It's good to have. Sisters are nice to have around sometimes.
Oh my gosh, I've got the nicest.
Love you, Sarah. Patrick, good morning. Good to see you. We should do some of your stuff.
Oh, I'd love it.
Less of my stuff, more of your stuff. Boom, boom. Ooh, this is exciting.
Yeah, this little song is a song that I co-wrote with a gentleman named Dave Novak.
Yeah.
Out of the cities, and one of the silver linings of the pandemic was I got involved with the singer-songwriter songwriting challenge group, and Dave was a part of that, and he and I scheduled a co-write, and then he, like the day before the co-write, he said, I've got this melody hook that keeps waking me up at night. And I was like, yes.
We got it.
So that's how we came up with Run a Little Faster.
It's good.
She said stay, her daddy said leave. His shotgun pointed straight at me. There's no talking back to a man that me. Then I came to my sense, turned back towards town. Won't let that man push me around. She was hanging on my sleeve by sundown. Wish I may, wish I might. Gain a little ground for the morning light. Wish I may, wish I might. Run a little faster out here tonight. Burn 90 miles an hour towards the county line. Pedal to the metal, can't waste no time. Race some dust, leave him behind. Like Bonnie and Clyde out having some fun. Ride straight into that setting sun. Like old outlaws out on the run. Wish I may, wish I might. Gain a little ground for the morning light. Wish I may, wish I might. Run a little faster out here tonight. First star in the sky, big enough to come on the dawn. faster and we were gone. Ride this road till the morning comes. Wish I may, wish I might gain a little ground for the morning light. Wish I may, wish I might run a little faster out here tonight. All right.
Yeah. Made it.
You ate your Wheaties this morning, I can tell.
No, it's just all coffee.
It's all coffee, yeah.
We'll have our Wheaties later. We'll have pancakes later.
Oh, this is such a pleasure to be right here hearing you play.
This has been an amazing project, having folks come over to play with me. It's get to play with a lot of folks doing this. It's very cool. Appreciate having you over here.
Oh, thank you.
What do we have? Stay safe out there. So, I noted while working on your tunes that you sing a lot about fatherhood and relationships and parenting and stuff. It's been a very reflective preparing for this set. It's great. This tune I think about a lot. Our kids are like Elliot's coming on, moving into high school, right? His next thing is they're moving out.
You've got such lovely children.
Yeah, right? And the next chapter is they're moving out.
Yeah.
And I listen to this and think, oh man, I think about all the times I may have been less safe than I could have been out there.
Right.
And I'll admit to having a little terror around their moving out and staying safe out there.
That means you're a good dad,
yeah,
right? You're thinking about those things.
I suppose so. It was a beautiful tune.
Oh, thank you very much. I had a friend, we were playing about a year and a half ago, and she asked, what's a song that you've written for your future self? And this Stay Safe Out There is the one that came to mind, because when I wrote it, I knew that it was right and true, but I didn't realize that it would be something helpful for me later on. I wrote this before my dad passed away, and then so now you look at that song and it's like, oh my gosh, how did I know that I would need that later on? You know?
Wow. Okay. I guess I assumed that all of these things had already come to pass as I was listening. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Heard it here first, folks. All right. I think, you start this.
All right. Friday night, midnight, called my dad, then called the record. The fear in his voice didn't make me feel much better. Broke every window as we put her right side down. Almost had it loaded when the old man came around. Shook his head and turned to a quiet ride home. Who in the darkness said, wherever you go, stay safe out there. Been rocking these young ones, pushing strollers, swinging swings, telling stories, a few lies, nursing bumps, cuts, and bee stings. Doing what I'm able, learning what I'm not, letting go of bike seats, making do with the time we've got. Driving tests for nights when the phone battery's dead. Packing them to move out, always stop to make sure it's said, stay safe out there. and all in bed, a gamble for life. A figure standing at the dining room window, waving goodbye. All roads are curvy and it's easy to careen. All risks are small when you're turning 18. No one left to check my tires, the battery or the weather. Finally come to realize we're all in this together. Be sweet to each other if you get the chance. Treat them good. Find ways to love the other till it's understood. Don't wave them off through the window until they know they've always got a place. Drive safe and take it slow, and stay safe out there. Stay safe out there. Stay safe out there. That was just lovely.
It is. It's a beautiful, beautiful song. Thank you for sharing, Doyle.
I do have to give co-write credit. That's what I'm learning as a songwriter. And
Yeah?
That song was written partially by Vince Gill, though he doesn't know he co-wrote it with
Oh,
me.
wow, that's cool.
He was doing the Opry one night, and he said at the end, after you just slayed the whole set, he said, "Be sweet to each other," and then he signed off. And I thought, I like that line. So Vince Gill gave me that line.
Nice. Nice. Thank you, Vince Gill. Oh, let's check in over here. Sandy, good morning. David, good morning. That was rockin'. Doyle started us off with a rocker this morning. It is, the coffee helps, Patrick, you're right. Sandy says these are moving words and sounds.
Thank you, Sandy.
The pause is perfect.
Oh.
Sherilyn says, beautiful. I agree, Sherilyn. This has been a very pleasant set of tunes to work on.
Oh, thank you very much.
Sticking with you. A pleasant and sometimes funky set of tunes.
Yeah. People always,
work on.
the genre question always comes up as a songwriter. People want to know about what genre do you write, and I hate that question because the box is too small, right? I just write whatever comes. And so this one, if you thought, Stay Safe Out There was kind of how I wrote, this is totally different.
This is a little different than the last one. And the one before that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's fun. I love having that variety. I love having that ability to just write whatever. I don't have to worry about being in a genre.
And this tune came from that Songwriters Challenge as well?
I believe all of these tunes did.
Oh, really?
And if anybody
what
wants
a productive thing.
Well, yeah, because we write 2 sessions, one in the summer, one in the winter. And the deal is you get a prompt word. Sometimes it's a picture. And then you get, in the summer, 1 week to finish the song, and then record yourself and post it to the Facebook group.
Is Brianne Marie Tupler?
She is,
well?
yes.
Okay, this is the same group she's been talking
from
about.
From Brianne
cool.
and the Front Porch Singers.
Yeah.
Yep. And she is an amazing songwriter as well. But it's this cool...
Did you catch her episode on the show?
I didn't yet.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, dig back and find her.
Yeah?
Really cool stuff.
Oh, and she's coming to Bemidji in October, so I'm all
yeah?
excited. Yeah.
Awesome.
But the songwriting group, anybody can join, and it's not. There's no rules. I mean, we give 10 prompts, and you get the the expectation. But if you do a prompt and then drop off for 2 or 3, and then come back for number 6, nobody's going to come knocking at your door or tell you, "Oh, you needed a chorus there when you put a verse." I mean, it's celebrating new songs is what it is, and
nice.
There's this synergy and energy and community from that that's really inspired me.
Cool. Yeah. A couple of the videos you sent me to practice it looked like demo videos for that group.
Yeah, you got to see the baby song.
Yeah, and I was imagining how that's a cool motivator to get up and just record this raw song and send it out. And what do you think?
Well, and it also teaches you to be, because as we were talking last night, the vulnerability of being an artist, you just lay it out there and you hope somebody picks it up. And if they don't, that's okay. It's not for them. Words from our friend in common, Lance Benson. You know. So
wise words, Lance. Thank you for that. Let's get into it. Sticking with you.
Yeah, Sticking with You. This is a relatively new song. It's from March, so yeah.
Yeah.
But 1, 2, 3. All dressed up, fixed up, using that smile. I know these inches, love, I've studied you every mile. You look at me, then look away, looking so good. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate every string you pull. Possibly, how could it be I love you more? Don't have to be, but you offer and I can't ignore. Cart before the horse, don't need motivating, it's true. You can keep your carrot, oh, I'm sticking with you. I told you so, I'm devoted, that's not new. You can keep your carrot, oh, I'm sticking with you. I'm sticking with you. Laugh a little, laugh, you whisper, and you're sure it's you I want. You know I don't need nothing more. Eyebrow raised, you smirk, and I'm gone. Oh, my love, this list could just go on and on. You lead, I follow, trust I'm there. Don't look back, I'm with you, I'll go anywhere. Cart before the horse, don't need motivating, it's true. You can keep your carrot, oh, I'm sticking with you. Told you so, I'm devoted, that's not new. You can keep your carrot, oh, I'm sticking with you. Long ago I looked at you and found my heart struck with truth lit between the eyes, and ooh, that smile. Cart before the horse, don't need motivating, it's true. You can keep your carrot, oh, I'm sticking with you. Told you so, I'm devoted, that's not new. You can keep your carrot, oh, I'm sticking with you. I'm sticking with you.
That's a cool little progression. I like that B7 in there.
Oh, man. Well, you make it sparkle. That is awesome. I'm just so giddy over here watching you work.
All right. Oh, that was a good one. That was good. Logger R&M, good morning. Chet Atkins, Jammu. Thank you kindly. Let's see. What? Ooh, paper maps. Paper maps. Magenta. This was also the demo video you sent me was from the writing thing, and in the end you were talking about at the end of this video you're talking about how magenta must have been the prompt. And you have magenta associated with road maps.
Yeah. With I think it came from school, right? Because you're always in social studies looking at maps, and magenta was a big thing. And when the word came up, that's all I could think of was maps.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of any other use for that color. So.
Yep, maps. That's it. We just got back from the Boundary Waters. We've been spending a lot of time studying maps together, Ilsa and I, and I could totally. Yes, magenta maps. Totally.
There's something beautiful about a paper map for me, because there's something shared, right? When you unfold it, I can show you where I'm going, you can show me where I'm going, or where you're going, and we come to an understanding through that visual laying out of the topography and where you're at. And so it's just a beautiful image to me. But this actually is a very new song. This came from the beginning of July. I went out with my wife to visit our son in Vermont, and I was telling you, this kid goes after every goal that's out there. And one of the things he loves to do is hike with his wife, and they hike the Appalachian Trail and all these things. And so he's hiked the Superior hiking trail here. And they just love going after those huge goals. And so when they bought their first home, and so I was sitting there, I'd gotten the prompt of magenta, and throughout their home on the wall are all of these paper maps, right, of all these places they've been or want to go. And that's what got this song started.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like it. Paper maps.
Give me just a quick moment, because I want to make sure it's right.
We tune because we care.
That's right. Do you have a certain check chord when you tune, when you know that you're in?
A major 7 sharp 11 is nice.
Yeah, you can tell when there's something out there. For me, it's always the G.
Is that in tune? Yeah, I think it's good. Love it.
That's awesome.
What were we gonna do? Do you know what? Actually, I'm jumping ahead. We were gonna do wild next, but that's okay. We already talked about paper maps.
We'll do that, and then we'll come back.
Change of plans.
Yeah, no worries.
Good thing there was a map.
We've got the map. We know where we're going, Darin. Went off the trail, went off the map, traded magenta for pitch black, lost the cost of where you're at. Honest smile neath a grubby hat, turned to rain, turned to leafy green, traded familiar and routine for the bluest mountains you've ever seen, traced the trail to wind blown clean. Same sun on our faces, yet so far apart. The longing burns yet never changes, waiting on your wandering heart. Every now and then, here and there, text pictures and you won't believe where we landed this time. I send my care. Love your son from everywhere. A heart grows big or it can shrink, tells your secrets more than you think, breaks and shatters at the kitchen sink, walks off the map with a grin and a wink. Same sun on our faces, yet so far apart. The longing burns yet never changes, waiting on your wandering heart. Ghosts and birds call out the boundaries, mark the route through little towns. Your footfalls echo all around me, praying you find the trail home. Same sun on our faces, yet so far apart. The longing burns yet never changes, waiting on your wandering heart. Years go by, years go slack. Trade the wild for a house off a beaten track. Windows open to wind just a crack. Walls covered with paper maps. I love what you did with that song. That is just amazing.
Yeah, I love your finger picking. I've been talking to students about it all week. Oh, you gotta check it out. I got a lot of people working on finger picking. I noticed, and it really clean playing, and I love it.
Oh, thank you.
And this one and Stay Safe Out There. I really enjoyed just finding what are some ways to kind of create some counterpoint in here.
Mm-hmm.
So there's all kinds of little lines that you work into your guitar parts that were really interesting to play around with.
Well, thank you.
So that one, you've got this doo, 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 this melody running through your tune, and I placed it on a different string than you, so it happened an eighth note after. So we kind of, and I'm really looking forward to going back after this with headphones and listening to it.
Sounds awesome. Yeah, because it's almost like a delay, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a beautiful piece.
Oh, thank you. There's a song by a Nashville artist, Travis Meadows, and he it's something about building a better boat, and that's where that came from, was that little finger picking thing, because he hits it's not just the on the 1 and the 3. There's almost like a emphasis on the backbeat and the way he picked it, and so I picked that up. And my song is different than his song, but that's where that kind of that style came from. Yeah. So, yeah.
Very nice. And Wild.
Oh yeah.
Wild is one we're going to get into, but in a moment. Doyle, you could. Your music is incredible. You could be playing music anywhere. What keeps you here in the Northwoods?
Thank you for saying that. I play here because this is home. I grew up in a little town called Natowash, right in the middle of the White Earth Reservation, and my mom still lives real close to where I grew up, and so that's my center of my map. That's home. And there's this real strong pull. I know I've had opportunities to be in other places, but that's always home. So I was just back a couple weeks ago, and it felt like it's like walking in your front door, right? That landscape is deeply ingrained. A lot of stories about what happened in this part of the countryside out there, or this part, and my family was big into hunting, and so there's all these stories that are imbued in all of these places back there, and so. Yeah, that's why I play here. Also, I think we have an extremely amazing art community in Bemidji, in Minnesota as a whole. I know people who only want to be known as Nashville people, or record with Nashville people, or LA, or whatever the case may be. But we've got some of the most amazing musicians who don't have all the attitude, right? Because everywhere you turn here, there's people that can play and knock your socks off. I
have discovered that. You're everywhere. There's so much talent around here.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's like around every corner, around every piece of brush, there's somebody that can just wail.
It's very true. Wild. It's wild. Oh, this is kind of about those that your mother's house and those landscapes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, definitely. What a segue!
Look at us,
rolling with the Going with the flow.
We
took the scenic route.
That's okay. That's all right. And
To this perfect segue.
I love it. There were pictures 2 summers back of my dad and his brother walking around the old Antel farmstead. Would be their grandparents. And there's nothing left but these foundations. And the picture prompt for that week was an old farmhouse. And so I thought a lot about what those old guys would think about walking around the place where they used to play and where they grew up with their grandparents. And the song, when it was written, is "This Old House Used to Be My Mother's," but it's really based on that this idea of these 2 brothers out walking in basically the ruins of where they used to play as children. So
nice.
And coincidentally, this is the first single off of the International Treasures album.
International Treasures album, you say?
That's the album
There's an
right there.
album?
Me and my friend Ted Heineshevitz have. I met through the songwriter group, and we wrote a couple of tunes together, and then began saying this is awesome, and so it just grew into this duo that we're going to release that record September 17th. So
very exciting. I know that I had not heard Ted before, but the demo you sent me of "Love Is a Lemon" was him recording it.
Yes,
I was struck. Wow, what a cool sound.
He's an amazing vocalist and a great guitarist, great songwriter, but he's got this genius gear where
gear.
Yeah. As he's writing, he can stop and as we're writing together, he'll say, "Oh, and there'll be horns here and organ there and blah blah blah." And I'm like, "How do you do that?" Because
I just shifted into genius gear.
Exactly. That's Ted Heineshevitz right there.
Genius gear. Well, cool. Yeah, check this out. September 17th, you say?
September 17th.
Where can the folks find you and all your stuff?
DoyleTurner.com is a good place.
That seems like a good place to
Instagram, Doyle Turner Music. Facebook, Doyle Turner Music. And then we're having a big party at the Parkway Theater down in Minneapolis. Huge extravaganza, like way extra amounts of vaganza. Matthew French and Sarah Morris are going to be 2 of our openers. And then a father-son duo, the Severin Moving Company, will be our other openers. And then we have MCs for the night. Matt, it's all duo themed. Matt and Ryan Rude they're originally from Greenbush, but they live down in the cities now, and they're part of the Fuzz Talk Radio, the Rabbit Hole radio show, and they're going to be our MCs and do interviews, the whole thing. It's going to be a big time.
Awesome.
In fact, Ted called it the Big Fat Album Release Party.
The Big Fat Album Release Party. There you go.
So everyone's invited. Everyone. You can all show up.
I look forward to listening to this when we're done here. Wild.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
1, 2, 3, 4. This old house used to be my mother's. This old house used to stand the test of time. This old house used to be my mother's. Missing everything that's cold, wet, and wild. I tell you what, let's put our backs to this field grass. Tamp it down and watch that black blue sky. It's been so long since I felt the rain coming. Listen for that thunder, put my hands to the sky. A world gone wild and so have I. Rain coming in, sheets throw it on the line. Everything gone wild, so why can't I? Built to last only works for a time. Only works for a time. Bushes in the wind, dropping rain on my face. Wish I could clear out of here, clear out my mind. Broken windows look out on these dreams. Tempting lightning just to prove I'm alive. A world gone wild and so have I. Rain coming in, sheets pouring on the line. Everything gone wild, so why can't I? Built to last only works for a time. This old house used to be my mother's. This old house used to stand the test of time. This old house leans into the weather. Lets in everything that's cold and wild. Nice, nice. I love hearing what you do with these songs, Darin.
I wish I knew how to play pedal steel.
Hey, well, there's a goal, right? Life goal.
Life goal. No, I last fall Paul Jones was on. I asked him to bring his pedal steel over, and I still haven't had a chance to dig into go back and start transcribing that episode, but man, he played some great solos. Yeah. And I totally want to steal all his licks. Figure out how to play this pedal steel stuff on this.
Have you ever seen a pedal steel from underneath? It looks like if you ever seen him take apart a slot machine. I mean, there's wires and connections and joints, and it's like, how does this thing even work?
Setup took a while when Paul was here. I'm gonna ask him to bring his guitar next time. He's a beautiful flat top player too. He just dropped off a record a couple of weeks ago that he did. It's all instrumental stuff.
Awesome.
Oh, I should check in over here. Lager R&M wonders, do you know Solitary Man? Not that we're taking requests, but there's a request for Solitary Man.
I don't know Solitary Man.
You inspired some Johnny Cash in the crowd.
Well, and I grew up...
Sorry, we're not prepared for a request this morning, Lager, but I'm going to go look up Solitary Man when we're done after this.
Because, I grew up on AM radio. And some kids had fairy tales. I had Johnny Cash and Chris Christopherson.
There you go. Sandy says, "Thanks for bringing great talent to light." Oh. That's you. He's referring to you, Doyle.
Oh, I think it's going that way over there.
Referring to you. Patrick Peterson, gotta go fix a fence as one does.
Yes. That's what Saturdays are for.
Be safe out there. Don't no blood blisters. Don't hit your thumb. Gina Lee, good morning. Good to see you. We have. Oh man, how did this happen?
Yeah.
This is it.
We're just burning through it.
I probably forgot to ask you something. I did. Who are your... I'm very particularly interested in Northwood's guitar heroes. But who are your guitar heroes? Who are the players you listen to?
I've got two. And one is from just north of the Twin Cities, so still counts as...
Still counts?
Yeah. But it's my co-writer, Dave Novak.
Yeah.
If you ever get a chance to hear him play, he is astounding. And I just love what he does guitar-wise. He's just a brilliant songwriter, but also this stunning guitarist. And then my second one is Christopher David Hansen out of Ely. If you get a chance to hear him, he is fantastic.
I will have to look him up.
Yeah, he plays with Acoustic Wood Song, and that's a band he started where he's mainly doing his songs from the Singer-Songwriter Challenge, because he writes with us. And then he has a power trio that just tours. I mean, he's doing 3 or 4 nights a week all over northern Minnesota. And he is just...
a name that has escaped me.
Oh, Christopher David Hansen. You want to hear him. Yep.
Christopher David Hansen. You'll want to hear him.
He's got a little beautiful dog, a little guy that's called Minnow. And Minnow goes to all the shows with him.
All right.
Yeah.
A guy and his dog. Debbie, good morning. Aren't these mugs great?
Where did you get them?
Thanks for mentioning it, Debbie. our friend Karen made them for us.
Oh, these are gorgeous.
I made a little logo.
Yeah.
And I said, hey Karen, I got this coffee and guitar show.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like we need a coffee and guitar mug, right?
Look at that.
It's a no-brainer. Member drive. If you would like your very own, I'm not going to spill coffee on my computer here. If you would like your very own coffee and guitar member mug, hand hewn by Karen Keenan. Hewn? That's not right.
I love it though. I love it.
They are really great. Hand warming, right?
Hand warming. I think the coffee tastes better coming out of it. Actually,
I agree. I've lost track because it's the only way I take my coffee now. But
yeah, they just fit in the hand so well. And how do you take your coffee?
Black.
It might be the signature way to drink coffee for guitar players.
No, just cream started not sitting well.
But never a sugar guy?
Things change. No. I'm sure there was early on there was like a latte phase.
Oh.
But the French press and the black coffee is...
It's true confession time because we're far enough into the podcast
here we go.
The YouTube
it's gonna
video
get
here.
Real here, folks.
That if you want to kick me out, we're at the end anyway. So, but growing up, I drank little bits of coffee, and then I went through a long period where I didn't drink coffee at all.
Oh yeah.
And now I've slowly introduced just a little bit of coffee every morning.
I drank way too much coffee in a short period of time while cramming for a music history test my senior year of college. And I woke up the next morning with the most terrible hangover I've ever, the most splitting, like an axe, just pow. And there was many years that I could not smell coffee. I just ooh. But thank goodness, that has passed. And we're back in action.
Coffee's back in your life.
Yes, it is. Oh. Aaron made me a mug that could fit an entire press in it. Was the thing. So I made a pot of coffee and I poured a cup of coffee, right? And then the next thing I knew, the cup of coffee was gone. So I needed more coffee. So I made another pot and 2 cups of coffee, and I was out. I couldn't see the computer screen anymore. It was just black with green text.
And for people watching, Darin didn't walk in; he levitated in.
It's not like that. I have been up since 5:30. So.
Well, why not get up early if you know you've got great coffee from a great mug?
There's lots of caffeinating to do.
My son slowly indoctrinated me into this coffee ceremony. You've heard of the tea ceremony, but one Christmas a French press showed up, and pretty soon it was little tips here, a hand done grinder, and slowly, and now I've got this whole step by step I've got to do every morning. And I always felt bad. I thought French press was kind of like it's a little fancy for a Northwoods guy. But then my son said, have you watched the Netflix show Longmire? And he's a cowboy out in Wyoming, tough guy. French press.
Oh, well, if it's good enough for Wyoming cowboy guy.
Yeah.
It's just grounds of... It's just pouring boiled water in your grounds. It's not very fancy. This was gifted to me by my brother and sister-in-law. I had been through many carafes. The glass carafes and me don't.
Oh, okay.
Don't mix. But this one, you can't shatter a stainless steel carafe.
Love it.
This has fallen out of the back of the car on the way to a camping trip. Still there.
Love it. Love it a lot.
It's a solid piece. Also, it's pretty well insulated, so when I make my coffee at 5:30 and forget to drink it until 7, it's still good.
Everybody has bad days. You forget to drink your coffee till 7. Yeah, it's okay.
It's rough.
And I think the word carafe is one of my favorite words.
Carafe?
Carafe. Yeah.
It's like giraffe.
I know.
You're going to have to write a song now because
About
carafe and giraffe rhyme.
A herd of carafes. Yeah, that come with all the coffee. I love it.
All right, this conversation has gotten really good. We've got one more for you folks. We're gonna end with a nice, a soft landing.
Yeah.
Soft landing here. Before we get into it, though, I would be remiss if I didn't express my gratitude for supporting members, like many of you out there, Sherilyn, Debbie, Sandy, enjoying your coffee in your very own coffee and guitar mug. And for Arrowhead Regional Arts Council for helping fund guests like Doyle coming over. If you'd like to support future guests, feel free. Look down in the description. There's a link to become a supporting member. You can fill out the form, send me your digits. I'll get back to you. I'll get a mug in the mail. Next month, we're headed down to Austin, Texas, to hang out with Ed Schaefer and Jose Martin, the Austin Jazz Roosters. We're going to go down to Ed's shop, hang out in his shop with all his guitars, and talk about carving archtops. Play some tunes. It's going to be...
Do you get to play with them?
Awesome. Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Yep. 3 guitars. It's going to be... It's a bit of a stretch for the show. I've not had 3 people on before.
Very
it's
good.
It's going to be wild. We'll want to see that. And then, Kim Curtis Munson's going to come over in October of the Fish Heads, play some bluegrass, and Superior Siren, Laura Sellner.
Awesome.
Remember, it's the year's ending strong. And then 2024 kicks off with Eric Koskinen.
I can't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
That is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
He's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very excited. We got this one more. Thank you, supporting members. Thank you, Arrowhead Regional Arts Council. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out with us. Thanks, Doyle, for coming.
Oh, thanks for
Molly,
having me.
Coming over. And this is Love is a Lemon.
Love is a Lemon. Almost didn't become a song.
Ted made this happen for you.
Exactly.
All right.
The magic of Ted Heineshevitz. I wrote this for the singer-songwriter, and of course the prompt was Lemon. And I put it out there, and it came very quickly, and that doesn't happen for me. And so I didn't trust it. And if you go out on my YouTube page, you can see that, Love is a Lemon, that initial baby song. And I'm like, I don't even know if this is a song. And Ted got a hold of it, and he said, can I record it? And I was like, oh. And he used my friend Sarah Morris on it, and he just did a wonderful job with it. And then he suggested it for this album. So he saved it from the compost heap. Ted Heineshevitz.
Thank you, Ted. It's a beautiful piece.
Oh, thank you.
Glad to be playing it here this morning.
Love is a Lemon.
Love is a Lemon.
Love is a lemon, and I wonder why. It can taste a pulp, and it can burn your eyes. But in the right hands, with a little time, it becomes sweet lemon pie. One look in the mirror, and I can plainly see I'm not there yet, where I should be. Sometimes a lemon without a prayer, no warranty, beyond compare. God is my pen pal, spell checks these songs, and God's punctuation is never wrong. He sets the tempo, the notes in the air, and he told me once, I'm beyond compare. So I believe, and so I sing, so I give myself to all things, broken and screwed up beyond repair. broken and screwed up beyond compare. Love's never perfect, and that much is true, but sometimes it feels that way for me and you. I can't compare myself, there's too much we share, you and me, beyond compare. Love is a lemon, and I wonder why. It can taste appalled, and it can burn your eyes, but in the right hands, with a little time, it becomes sweet lemon pie. That was just beautiful, Darin.
Love you all.